at jamplay.com. I'm Dennis Hodges, and we're going to be looking at Walk by Pantera. I hope you're ready to rock. This is a very easy but sweet tune, so stick around. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the tuning. At this point in their careers, Dimebag and the bassist Rex were tuning the guitars down a quarter of a step. So it's just a little more sour than standard tuning, but it's not quite a half step down like a lot of other metal bands were doing or still do today. If you have an electronic tuner, this is pretty easy to achieve. You want to just tune somewhere between E and D sharp. Well, right in between E and D sharp. So that way you'll be able to play along with most of the songs off this album or the first album. However, for Walk, he also tuned his whole guitar down another step. A lot of books transcribe it as just drop D, but Dimebag actually was playing it with the whole guitar down a step and a quarter. So if you want to actually play along with it right, you have to tune everything down a step and a quarter. That's the tuning. So I'm going to be in normal tuning, standard tuning for the lesson, and then for the play along at the end, I'll just be down a step. I'm not going to deal with that quarter thing for the backing track, but it'll sound great. So, all it is it's an E and an F. However, with the F, we're doing a pre-bend and release. So we don't want to hear that note bend up and then come back down. We just want to hear the note bent and coming down. And the thing is, he's bending it close to a half step. It's okay if it's a little bit sour. That's the way Dimebag liked to bend. It's got a little more nastiness, a little more metal to it. And the timing, it's kind of a swinging eighth note. Instead of being 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. The eighth notes are a little lazy. This gives it kind of that walking sound. So you want to kind of swing it a little bit. So he does that for 3 measures. At the end of the 3.5 measures. At the end of the 4th measure, he slides up. In the tab, I wrote it as 12 and 15. Really, the frets don't matter. You just want to go somewhere in the middle of the neck and then somewhere a little higher. That's the idea. It doesn't matter accuracy-wise, just the feel of it. So here's those first 4 measures a little slower. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4, 1, 3. The chorus is very, very, very similar. We've got this, but then he hits a chord on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, C power chord. The second measure is 1, 2, 3, B flat, which is a whole step lower. And he would do these down here. Some tabs put him higher up on the E string. From what I've been able to see of live performance videos, he would do everything down here close to first position. The third measure, he goes to a different kind of power chord. And actually, I've never talked about this in any of the lessons. He goes to an E flat power chord with the root on the D string, but he's doubling the 5th. Remember, power chords, they were just a root note and a 5th note. He's doubling the 5th below the root. It's kind of a massive, chunky sound. So that's our E flat's going to be 1, 1, 3, starting on the A string. 1, 1, 3. So that measure is 1, 2, 3, E flat over B flat would be the fancy name. And the final measure is pretty busy. We're just going up F, G, A flat, G, F, and throwing some palm muted E's in between. So it's going to sound like 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 3 open E's at the beginning, then the chord, and it puts one E in between each chord. All the open E's are muted, the chords are not. So here's the whole chorus. C, B flat, and now we're going to look at the pre-chorus. So we start off with the D power chord over A. It's just like that E flat chord we looked at, only a half step lower. So we've got open A, open D, and a fretted A note. So that lasts for a whole measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes to B flat for a half note, and then B for a half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right back into for 2 measures in a row. So those 4 measures repeat. Chord, 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 and riff. This part happens twice. Repeats. Then after that, we go to a D over A for a whole measure again. Then a B flat for a whole measure. Then a G for a whole measure. Then F sharp for a half measure. F for a half measure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat, 2, 3, 4. And G, 2, 3, 4. F sharp, F. And you can throw a little slide in there. And then we're into the chorus, which we've already looked at. The outro is pretty easy, and it's awesome. It's just 3 E notes, and then it's another messed up kind of power chord. Dimebag like to use different chords besides just power chords. If you take an F, and instead of having F and C, we lower the 5th or flatten the 5th a half step, we get the interval of doom, the tritone. Black Sabbath uses it a lot. Korn uses it. It's all over metal, hard rock. It's just a twisted sound. And there's lots of trivia about that, but I won't go into it now. So we're going from that F with a flat 5, and you pull the F, just the F note, off to an E. Then you pick another E chord. So it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, for a long time. It just fades out, and Vinny's changing up the grooves on the drums, and it's sweet. It doesn't need to be difficult. It's just a killer riff that grooves, and you can play it while going crazy, headbanging, swinging your guitar around, and it's just all right there. It doesn't take a lot of work.